All righty, you guys. My name is Abriana. I am one of the directors out here along the East Coast. You guys, I am super excited for y'all today. You guys are in for a treat, and I'm honored. I'm honored that I get to introduce your keynote speaker. So, again, with that being said, if you have the ability to, I'm telling you, you're going to want to have your cameras on for this, you guys. And if you're driving, be safe. We don't want to, be the cause of an accident, right? But the gentleman that's going to be before you this evening, it's evening now, right? The gentleman before this evening, you guys, he's one of the top executives of the entire company. Okay, he's working alongside the CEO, Patrick Bet-David himself. He was hand selected to come out from the West Coast, uprooted his entire family, and plant a flag here on the East Coast. And since he's been out here, you guys, I believe he's opened up about 10 offices. He is going to be the next millionaire out of the company, you guys. We don't have too many, and we're so excited about the growth and expansion of what's coming, you guys. He has an organization that literally expands from the West to the East Coast. Not too many people in this entire industry can say that. So with that being said, I hope you guys are excited. Without further ado, Mr. Chris Hart, can you hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am. Ariana, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Let's get it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. How you guys doing? Good evening, guys. My name is Chris Hart. It's not Sold Out Servant. Sold Out Servant is my Instagram handle. I have a YouTube channel called Serve to Earn. We're really big on helping just teach people about money and finances and how you can use your God-given gifts and abilities to serve others, guys. But today is about you, right? I'm sure someone invites you out this evening or afternoon if you're in California on the West Coast. I'm sure whether you met them on Instagram, met them on TikTok, LinkedIn, Indeed, whatever, right? My goal today, guys, is very simple. One, I'll give you my background first, who I am and how I got started in financial services. I'll talk a bit about the future of what's happening in our industry today and why that's very important in our economy now of uncertainty with money and finances. If you're someone saying, man, Chris, I'm open to just learning more about money, this calls for you. If you're saying, Chris, I'm open to an opportunity for a part-time income or a total career change, this call is also for you guys. So that being said, like I said, my name's Chris Hart. I'm from California originally, born and raised on the West Coast. Prior to PHP, worked at a little small company called Apple. Apple's quite big, actually, right? At Apple, my job was to help companies integrate Apple technology, software, hardware. Loved Apple. Thought I was going to retire there, but God had different plans for me. I met a guy at my church back in 2013, and we had some small talk about a company called PHP. At the time, I was about 27 years old, just got married. I thought, okay, cool. What do y'all do? So we help families make money, save money, and get out of debt. I said, okay, that's pretty legit, guys. So we sat down the following Sunday at the church. He blew me away. I'm not sure about you guys. My mom and dad did the best they can by me, but never quite really had discussions about personal finances as a kid. It just wasn't a topic of discussion in my household. My years of high school and college, never had a class on personal finances. So it made sense to me. I got started as a client right away with Nationwide Financial and AIG. Now, Curtis tried to recruit me to the company, right? I said, Curtis, I'm good, man. I work for Apple. We have $100 billion in the bank. Now, you guys all know Chris Hart didn't have $100 billion in the bank. Apple did. But my ego was tied to working for a big, sexy company. So I passed on the opportunity. Now, I come from a large family of 7 siblings, so I gave him some referrals from my older brother and older sister. A couple of months went by, he called back for referrals. I asked him, I said, hey, Curtis, what'd you make helping Tammy and Stan? He said, I made about $7,000. I'm like, you made $7,000 for about 2-3 hours of work? Interesting. I ain't getting any kickback, no referral fee, not even like a Starbucks gift card, right? So I'm like, man, I don't have any more referrals for you, man. In the back of my head, like my family, I have a large family. I can probably do it myself one day. So I decided to get started myself, but I didn't get started. I procrastinated. Kept working at Apple. Eventually, my wife was like, hey, honey, I want to have kids. I said, let's do it, let's have some kids. I want to be a stay-at-home mom. I said, babe, ain't no more stay-at-home moms. Like, man work, women work. It's 21st century. What are you talking about, stay-at-home mom? But she was serious. I said, okay, I need to make more money. And so I thought about PHP. So me and Curtis, we had lunch. I said, Curtis, if I get started with the company part-time, I'm talking like part-time, can I make an extra $2,000-$3,000 a month? Oh, Chris, you get started here, brother. You'll be a $250,000 earner. I said, man, don't set me no dream of making $250,000 a year. Like, can I make an extra $2,000-$3,000 a month part-time? He says, yeah. Man, I figured worst case, I'll come on board, learn about money and finances. It's a win-win for my family. So I got started, guys. I got licensed in 1 month. Within 4 months, retired my wife. She didn't make crazy income. She made about $2,500 a month. I made that income working nights here. In 1 year from my start day, I left Apple. So it wasn't some get-rich-quick scheme or some overnight sensation. It took some hard work and dedication, but fast forward today, guys, God's definitely blessed us, man. We have offices across the country from Hawaii to Riverside, California to Ohio. We're in North Carolina, guys. We're in Tennessee. We're in Georgia, and we're heavily saturated in the Brooklyn, DMV, DC, Maryland, Virginia area, guys. So with that being said, enough about me. You guys are probably wondering, okay, Chris, what do y'all do? What's this company about? What are y'all about, right? So right now, guys, I'm actually shift gears now and share my screen and walk into exactly who we are as a company and how we serve families, right? So give me 1 second here. All right, guys. Now give me a nice thumbs up if you can see my screen here, guys. Thumbs up. All right, we are good, guys. So PHP Agency, guys, what you call an FMO? We're a financial marketing organization. What we do is we market financial products on behalf of companies such as AIG, National Life Group, Allianz, Global Atlantic, Fidelity Guarantee, and other Fortune 100 companies, guys. And right now, our industry is actually shrinking. The average agent today in financial services is a 61-year-old Caucasian male. Now, nothing wrong with being 61 or a white male, but here's the problem. He's got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. He's about to retire. He's having a hard time connecting with all generations. And so these companies, man, they don't care what color you are, how old you are, or where you come from. All they truly care about, guys, is the distribution of financial service products. But they know this. People normally buy from people who look, talk, and act like them. So if the average agent is a 61-year-old Caucasian male, who's he usually marketing to? Probably people from that demographic. Who's being left behind, guys? Everyone else in our country. You've got Gen Xers in their 40s and 50s not being taught about money and finances, not being marketed to. You've got Gen Zs in their teens and 20s not being educated on money and finances. You got millennials, guys, in their 20s, 30s, and early 40s, and you've got minorities, and you have women. This is a huge part of our population in America today that is being left behind and not being taught about money and finances. And so, guys, PHP Agency, we're in a very unique position. We're one of the most diverse financial services companies in the country. Our CEO's name is Patrick Bet-David. If you're a YouTuber, you probably see his channel called Valuetainment, the #1 channel in the country for entrepreneurs. He's got over 3.8 million subscribers, guys. And our mission here as a company is very clear. Saving America by bringing back free enterprise and hope to American families. We believe that if more Americans operated in a free enterprise, we'll have less problems financially. The problem is this. No one's teaching us about entrepreneurship. So our company, guys, is extremely diverse. PHP Agency, guys, we're 54% female. That's unheard of. This is a good old boys club type of industry, dominated by men, whiskey and cigars, right? And so we're a different type of company, dominated by women. We're also 42% Hispanic, which is the fastest growing market in America today. We're 32% African American, 13% Caucasian, and 11.25% other. Our #1 income earner is an African American Caucasian female named Sheena Sapala. She's in her mid to late 30s, guys, grossing over $2 million in income per year. She's a minority woman and a millennial. That's unheard of. And the faces you see here, guys, these are our top executives in the company, not your typical insurance firm, right? Yeah, my wife and I to the far left of our cool little Bonnie and Clyde shot, right? And we have other people here from African American, Nigerian American, Caucasian, Jewish, Honduran, Puerto Rican, Cuban, Ecuadorian, and Mexican American, guys. We're a melting pot. We actually resemble America. And so if I was to say, hey, Mr. Edwards, Miss Nelson, Darius, what's going on, guys? Dudley, Scotty, let's go to a life insurance conference next week. How's that sound? That probably sounds pretty boring. Cole's like, a life insurance conference, bro? I'm good. I'll pass on that. That sounds pretty boring, y'all. But our conferences are a little different. We've had Kevin Hart come out to our conference. Chocolate Drop himself did his irresponsible tour at a PHP conference. The late, great Kobe Bryant came out to one of our events before he passed away. Jordan Peterson, one of the most brilliant minds alive today, came out to our event. Magic Johnson, Steve Wozniak, founder of Apple, Wayne Gretzky, right, hockey legend, Mike Tyson, guys. Right now, I have a Mike Tyson signed glove here in my office from the event that I went to last year. We've had Nikki Jan come out, guys, Shaquille O'Neal. Like, we're a different type of company that wants to attract a different type of agent. So essentially, everyone on the call right now who's entrepreneurial knows this one thing. We get paid based off the size of the problems we solve as entrepreneurs. We're solving three large problems here, guys. The first one's called distribution. Take a good look at this car. No one here resembles a typical agent in our industry. Y'all the wrong age, the wrong color, or the wrong sex. Guess who needs us? Nationwide needs us. AIG needs us. John Hancock needs us. American National Income needs us. You all have access to markets the typical agent has a hard time getting to. Therefore, these companies will pay you very well to help teach people who look, talk, and act like you about money and finances. That's the first problem we're solving. Second problem, guys, is just financial literacy. We don't learn how money works in America, not in high school, not in college, and not at home. So what do? Most of us make mistakes in our 20s and our 30s, right? Trying to recover in our 40s to get back on track in time for retirement by our 50s and 60s. Not the best wisdom, but it's all we know. We teach financial literacy here. How's your 401k work, your 403b, IRA, Roth IRA? What's tax code 7702? What's the infinite banking concept? How does taxation and inflation impact your retirement and your wealth? Simple financial terms we teach for free here. Guys, and last but not least, it's just entrepreneurship. I don't care how old you are in America today. If you're saying, man, Chris, I want to open a business. You have to attract two of the largest living generation. They're called Gen Zs and millennials, and they're different. They were born between 1981 and 2010. Most of them don't want to work at a job for 40 years for a 401k for 45k a year. Nope. We want to travel, live our best life, get paid what we're worth, and have an impact on our community and the world. Last time I checked, that's very hard to do behind a desk for a kiosk. It requires entrepreneurship. Who's teaching us that, guys? Nobody. So these are the three problems we're solving as a company on a large scale. You're probably wondering, Chris, how are y'all solving these problems, right? So one of the first concepts we teach you guys is about money, but not just money. More importantly, how does money grow? So everyone in this call has money. Some of you guys have more, some of you have less, but our money is growing three ways. The challenge is we'll only talk the first two here in America. And so your money right now is either going fixed, it's going variable, or going index. This is a huge part about money, right? This is one of the first things we teach our clients. So each way that money grows has a plus or a minus to it, or a pro and a con. The first one here is fixed. What's fixed? It's going to be your bank normally. Checking account, savings, CD, money market, the shoebox upstairs. Some people still put money in shoeboxes, y'all, right? Those are all fixed ways to grow money. Now, what's the plus to put money in a shoebox or a bank? It is absolutely safe, right? The bank is backed up by the FDIC up to $250,000 deposits, right? So your money is safe at the bank. What's the downside to it? It may be safe, but it's not growing, right? It's not safe from inflation, right? It's growing between 0 and 1%. The challenge with that is this, guys. If you'd be lucky to get 1% on a savings account right now. But if you are getting that, inflation is currently around negative 8 to 9%. You're actually losing the value of your dollar every single year. So looking at a growth chart here, this is how it looks. You get slow growth over time in the fixed account. Not the best place to grow money, but a lot of us are taught, get a savings account, get a CD, get a high yield interest account, get a money market account, right? Those aren't doing much for us right now. The second one here, guys, is variable. Most of my clients who own a variable account, they only do to an employee-sponsored account, like a 401k, 401a, 403b, TSP, 457 deferred comp. Maybe you own some individual stocks like Adobe, Salesforce, Apple, Tesla, and maybe you own some cryptocurrency, right? Those all fall under variable. What's the plus to investing money into real estate, a 401k, cryptocurrency, Apple stock? You could experience growth in the market for sure, right? The market definitely goes up. You can get growth. What's the downside to putting money into a 401k, cryptocurrency, real estate, the market? Sometimes what goes up must come down. You could lose all or a portion of your money in a variable account, right? Looking at the last year of our economy, right, our market, right, we basically see ups and downs in the market. This is kind of what it looks like. We have an up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, crash. We had the worst day in the market just last Tuesday. It was the worst day since June of 2020. Obviously, the real question is this: how much money can you afford to lose? The last one here, guys, is index. Now, index, keep in mind, is not as popular as fixed and variable. Why? The average agent marketing index products is a 61-year-old Caucasian male. He's not talking to anybody. Maybe you, but not everybody, right? And so he's not marketing to everyone out there. So most of my clients never even heard of it. Now, it falls into two categories. fixed index annuities and index universal life. FIAs and IULs, they're both insurance products. As insurance has a disposition to not lose value. You have a contractual agreement saying you're guaranteed to never lose money in this account, Desiree. Great. So what's the catch there? There's no catch. Your money is absolutely safe there, right? That's a plus to it. What's the downside? There's got to be a downside, Jazzy. Got to be a downside, right? The downside is you're capped on growth. So what does that mean? You will not get above 9% growth, Cole, but you won't go below 0. Okay. When we say index, what does that mean? It means it's tracking something. What is it tracking? Well, William, it's tracking what we call the S&P 500, your top 500 companies in the stock market. It's your Adobe, Salesforce, Tesla, Netflix, Meta, Apple, all these big brands, American Express. What if you said, well, Chris, I want to grow money in the index. Okay, cool. Let's do it. I'm going to save a couple hundred bucks in the index per month. Let's say the market, the S&P was up positive 20%. Not the case this year, but let's say it was back up next year. What would you experience? What kind of growth would you get in your index? Well, the market went up 20%, but your cap is 9. What would you get? You'll get 9% growth. That's the downside to it, William. You're capped at 9% growth. Man, bummer. That sucks. But wait, that's way better than the bank. Let's say the following year, the market's up 8%, solid year of growth in the S&P. What would you experience in your IUL? All 8%, because it was less than your cap. You got all the gains in the market of finding risks that year. Let's say we had a repeat of 08, right? That can't happen again. 08 can happen again. When 08, we had a housing market bubble burst, right? The market was down, housing market crashed. This year, we're seeing trends of that taking place. We're in the higher 20s now in negative growth in the S&P. So if that was continue and the market was down negative 38% in 2022, how much money would you lose in your IUL? 0. 0 is you don't lose money in the IUL, Darius. So the market's up, you're up. When it's down, you're flat. Up, you're up, down, you're flat. Up, you're up, down, you're flat, so forth and so on. Guys, looking at all 3 ways money grows: fixed, variable, index. If you had an opportunity to grow money for your family's future, where would you put most of your money? Most people say index. Some say fixed, few say variable, guys. I believe in all 3. When it comes to the fixed, right? We work hard for our money. No one wants to lose any money, right? So we put it in the bank because we trust it and it's safe. But we don't like the low growth. So what should be in there? No more than 3 to 6 months of your monthly expenses. Why? Because you need some cash on hand in the bank. In case of an emergency, you need cash on hand. So you want to save some money up in a savings account to have access to it and liquidity. What about the variable accounts, our 401ks, our TSPs, our Apple stocks, or Google, all that stuff, mutual funds? We like the growth. We love the growth for buying real estate, right? But we don't like losing money. So what should be in there? It's really based off 3 factors: age, income, and wealth. The older you get, the less risk you should take. If you're young, 21 years old, man, risk it all. You're good, man. You'll get it back, right? If you want to. But also, the more money you make and more wealth you have, guess what? You could afford to take certain risks. So it's really based off each individual household. And the last one here, guys, is index. Index is safe and it grows. It kind of has the best of both worlds. You guys ever heard of a guy named Warren Buffett? Right? Warren Buffett's a financial guru, decade billionaires, has all these books on money and finances. If you ever read a book or an article from Warren Buffett, he's got 2 rules to money. His first rule of money is this: do not lose money. Rule number 1, makes sense. Rule number 2 is do not forget rule number 1. It keeps it simple, man. Just don't lose money, y'all. But here's a problem. A lot of our loved ones, friends, family, coworkers, all we're taught is checking account and 401k, savings and 403b, CDs, mutual funds, stocks, and bonds. That's all we know. When he's saying don't lose money, he's not saying put it in the bank. No. What he's saying is something called principal protection of your money and your wealth. What does that mean? Let's imagine we all had $100, right? We say, Chris, we're going to put it into the stock market. Great. Let's invest that money, right? We put $100 into the stock market. Stock market goes down, negative 50%. How much money do you have left? You had 100, lost half of it. Easy math, you got $50 left, right? Great. They say you don't lose until you sell. Well, right there, I lost them right there, right? Now the market bounces back up, right? It recovers back up 50%. Where are we at now? If you say you're back up to $100, you are absolutely incorrect. You're at $75. How do I get that? You're at $50. Market's back up 50%. What's half of 50? $25. Plus 50, 75. What does that show us? Guys, this shows when the market has a correction like it's having now, and it goes down, it takes twice as much growth just to get back to square one. This is why in many cases, not losing money can be more important than actually making money. So as you wrap up here, guys, I always ask my clients, how are you currently growing money for your family's future? When I ask my clients, do you currently own any fixed accounts? Guys, 9 out of 10, more like 10 out of 10 say, yeah, I have a checking account, savings to manage my household finances. Makes sense. We all have that. When I ask them, do you currently own any 401ks, TSP, stocks, cryptocurrency, forex markets, right? They say 9 out of 10 say, yeah, I have a 401k for my job. I got some stocks here. Great. When I ask my clients, guys, do you currently own any fixed index annuities or index universal life products? 9 out of 10 say no. And when I ask them why not, they say, Chris, I never heard of it. So if you're someone who's saying, Chris, I never heard of index, I highly suggest, whoever invites you out this evening, book a follow-up appointment where we'll go into more depth on how that works. Not tonight, we'll go into more depth in a one-on-one appointment where we'll show you how it works. But before we show you, we'll ask you questions. What's important to you? Is it buying a new house, investing in real estate, taking care of your aging parents, college for kids, long-term savings, retirement? What's important to you financially? Then we'll show you a customized plan on how an IUL and infinite banking concept, a LERP, could be good for you in the future, guys. So that being said, guys, before we wrap up tonight, I want to show you one last thing, right? This is a quick call, guys. For the people who are saying, man, Chris, great presentation. I'm kind of getting what you guys do. If you do book a follow-up, we'll go over the 5 homes of money, which is our next sequence. Because normally, once you learn how money works and how it grows, you say, okay, cool, man, where should I put it? There are 5 financial institutions to put money into. The bank, checking account, savings, CD. You got the stock market, which includes cryptocurrency in there. You've got qualified plans, your IRA, Roth IRA, TSP, deferred account, all that good stuff. You've got real estate, Airbnb, rentals, flips and holds, and you got life insurance. Before choosing what home is right for you guys, there are 5 key characteristics to look at. One is called liquidity. Do I have access to my money when I need it? I need money within 24 to 40 hours. Can I touch it when I need it? Safety of principal. Can you guarantee me I'll never lose money or value in this principal at all? And then you have taxes, tax deduction and tax advantage, right? Tax deduction says, hey, when I put money into that home, does it drop my taxable income for that year? Therefore, send me money on taxes. Tax advantage says, hey, once the money's in that house, Jose, how does the IRS treat it? Is it taxed now, taxed later, or taxed never? Now, if you can be taxed now, later, or never on your money, what would you pick? I'm betting most of you guys pick never, right? As long as it's legit and it's legal, right? We show you how to avoid taxes when it comes to retirement and growing long-term savings. And then last, it's growth. When we say growth, we don't mean 1.2% or 2.5 in that CD. No. We're saying, does it outpace inflation? If your money isn't outpacing inflation and growth, it's not growing. Like I said, guys, if you're open to learn about these 5 homes of money, guys, book a follow-up. The person who invited you out tonight, we'll go into more detail how that can work well for your family. But tonight, as you wrap up, guys, I'm going to go over what we call our crusade. This is for people on the call who are saying, man, Chris, how do y'all get paid doing this, man? I kind of like this, man. You can work on Zoom, help all clients. How do y'all get paid? Well, our crusade here is very simple. We believe the most simplest way to pass on a legacy is through a product called life insurance. Not by being some real estate tycoon or opening up a business. It's just a simple contract called life insurance. So imagine you said, Chris, I'm open to earning a secondary income as a life insurance agent. Now, y'all, I never thought in my lifetime I would ever say that I'm a life insurance agent. It sounds so freaking boring, right? But we're a different type of company, guys, that wants to attract a different type of agent. What we do here is very simple. We teach, we educate, we inform. We believe you can't say the right thing to the wrong person. If you see value in these concepts, it's a fit. If not, no harm, no foul. So there are 3 types of insurance policies out there we teach about. The first one's called term. Now, a term is very simple. It's for a term, how it sounds, right? A term is, say, anywhere from 10 to 30 years. Let's say your client says, hey, Mr. Edwards, Mr. Tyndall, Ms. Wilkerson, Mr. Dudley, I want a 30-year term. I want a $500,000 death benefit. If I die, my loved ones get $500,000. No GoFundMe, no plate draw. I'm not going to a church asking for money. I'm being responsible as a man or a woman. Great. I'm going to pay about $50 a month for that policy. Great. Now, AIG says, Mr. Edwards, man, thank you for this intro. We have a hard time finding clients in your demographic. You're a young guy. We need more agents like you. We're going to advance you what Chris is paying, $50 a month times 12. Okay, which is about $600 times our average contract of 50%. You're going to make about $300 in less than 2 hours of work. What kind of job pays that kind of money in less than 2 hours? Not many jobs paying that kind of money in less than 2 hours. Really good income. That's good money, good income for Mr. Edwards. What's in it for me, the agent or the client? Well, guess what? That was pretty cheap. I'm paying $50 a month for a $500,000 death benefit. That's a lot of money going to my loved ones if I die. I don't plan on dying, but if I did, they're blessed. What's the downside to it? Well, in 30 years, I'm 37. I'll be 67 years old, and my policy expires. And so if I re-up at that age, Mr. Edwards, it's going to cost a lot of money in my late 60s getting a $500,000 death benefit. So it's cheaper now and expensive, but in the future, if I still need insurance, it could cost a lot to re-up. So this is good for some people. I'm the end-all, be-all solution for everybody. The second one here, guys, is called ROP term. Let's imagine we all drive cars, right? I'm gonna give you an analogy of how it works. If we all drove cars, and let's just say I called you from State Farm and said, I'm State Farm, my name's Chris Hart. I have a new type of car insurance policy for you. Here's how it works. Next 5 years, you have an accident. I'm gonna cover you like always. Take care of your car, fix your scratch, replace your bumper, get you a rental, you're in good hands. However, William, next 5 years, you drive safe, no accidents. I'm going to give you a full refund of all your past monthly premiums. Would you sign up for that car insurance policy? I know I would, man. Sign me up now, man, and get my money back in 5 years. Right now, don't get too excited, William. That does not exist in car insurance. If it did, we all would have it today. But it does exist in life insurance. It's called ROP term, return of premium. So, William, you're selling me this policy. I say, William, I like this, man. I get all my money back? What's the catch? Well, the catch, Mr. Hart, is that, it's a 30-year term, same thing, $500,000, but it'll cost double, about $100 a month. Well, guess what, William? That's in my budget. I could afford that. So I'm paying $100 a month. Great. Now, Mutual of Omaha says, Mr. Tyndall, thank you for this intro. We have a hard time finding clients in diverse markets. We're going to advance you what Mr. Hart's paying times 12. 100 times 12, $1,200 times our average contract of 50%. You're going to make $600, William, in less than 2 hours of work. Now tell me, what kind of job pays that kind of money in less than 2 hours? Not a lot of jobs, man. It's good income for 2 hours of work, man. Working from home, you're good to go, bro. I think I see a Spider-Man poster in the background, man. You got Spider-Man there, man. You're making money with Spider-Man, bro. I see it. All right, cool. So it's good. It's good money for you on a part-time basis. Now, what's in it for me? Well, I paid $100 a month, which is about $200 a year for 30 years faithfully. I didn't stop paying my payments, man. I'm on time every single month. I paid $36,000 in payments into my insurance policy, but I did not die. At the end of 30 years, I get all that money back in a full refund, tax free. Now, prior to this call, did you all know you could buy life insurance? And if you don't die, get your money back. Most people don't know that. So think about it. If you didn't know about this, do your close friends, family, neighbors know about this? Probably not. So if you don't know, and they don't know, who's going to teach them? It's got to be you. It's got to be you. Guys, I thought, man, I work at Apple, great job, great company, working in Orange County, California. I'm like, man, most people don't know about this, man. Most people wouldn't mind buying insurance if they knew you can get it for a refund. The challenge is they don't know any better. So someone from their community has to teach them. So the plus is for a refund. The downside is this policy expires in 30 years, man. So Mr. William, I got that money back, William, but I'm older now with no life insurance. I may still need life insurance. Maybe I got married late in life, bought a house late in life. I've got liabilities. I may still need life insurance. So this is good for some, but not for all. Guys, the last one as we wrap up here tonight, it's called You Grow While You Grow. This is that third way that money grows, index, right? Let's imagine everyone on this call was in the market for life insurance. If you all were in the market for life insurance, how long would you want life insurance for? Well, Most people want life insurance, like for life. Not 15 years, not 18 and a half, not 25, 30, want it for life. So your client says, hey, Darius, I want life insurance for life. When I pass away, I want to pass on a legacy to my loved ones. Okay, cool. Mr. Hart, we got something for you called IUL. You want a $500,000 death benefit when you die. Great. It's going to cost you about $250 a month. It's a little more expensive, but okay, Darius. But this policy, Darius, could replace my 401k, TSP, IRA, Roth IRA, if correctly funded. Okay, cool. So I'm paying $250 a month. American National Income says, hey, Darius, man, thank you again for this new client. We have a hard time finding clients in diverse markets, Darius. We're going to advance you $250 a month times 12, which is about $3,000, Darius. Now, times our average contract of 50%, you're going to take home $1,500 in less than 2 hours of work. I'm going to ask one last time, Darius, what kind of job pays that kind of money in less than 2 hours? Nothing legal. that's some fast money made for 2 hours of work, right? It's good money for you for 2 hours of work. Now, it's good money for you, Darius. It's great. That's not the only reason why I got started in this industry. Guys, back in, if you understand how passive income it works, or residual income, guys, raise your hand. Passive income is a phenomenal thing, guys. That's why I got started, guys. I read a book back 15 years ago from a guy named Robert Kiyosaki called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. In that book, his wife went to buy a Mercedes-Benz. He says, honey, you can buy that car if your passive income pays for it. I thought, passive income, what is that? She's hustling, getting real estate properties, renting them out, getting paid, passive income. I said, oh, I need to buy real estate. God, I'm getting real estate. Well, life happened. I'm working my job at Apple. I didn't own any real estate yet. And I came to insurance. They said, Chris, we pay passive income here too. So what do you mean? Well, guess what? Darius, you'll make that kind of money here in 2 hours of work, right? Which is pretty cool. Same thing with Cole, William, all examples I used today. But you'll also get 4% of my annual payment every year, $120 a year. Now, William, Cole, that's not a lot of money, man. That's like $10 a month, bro. That's like a venti caramel macchiato upside down with 4 shots of espresso. I know how much it costs me. That's my dream. If you ever see me somewhere, man, I need a venti caramel macchiato, quad shot upside down. It's about $9. But that's a Starbucks drink right there, man. That's not much. But wait, William, Cole, what if you learn how to help out a couple clients per month here? Start to add up. You get better. You advance, like in life and anything. You get better. Start helping out a couple clients per week. You get better. You've been here for a couple of years. Been here 5 years, 6 years. Start helping out a couple clients per day. That adds up. Before you know it, you're making a $500 a month passive, $900 passive, $1,500 passive. Guys, I make over $40,000 a year passive for my book of business. Some people clock out at a job to make $40K a year. I'm a college dropout from Compton, California, making $40K a year from a book of business because I decided to help people in insurance. That was my goal, and I achieved it. This is the second highest paid profession behind professional athletes. It goes LeBron James, boop, and then right under financial services, y'all. But it's America's best kept secret. So that's great income for you, William, Cole, Darius. Good job, guys. But what's in it for your client? We're people helping people first. The client gets permanent insurance, man. They're locked in for life. At age 45, 51, 31, 23, they're healthy, they get approved, they're locked in for life. Permanent insurance. 2, cash value between 0 and 9%. What bank is going to offer you anywhere near 9% growth in your money? It's not happening in the bank, bro. 3, tax-free access under tax code 7702. Unlike your 401k, TSP, IRA, Roth IRA, you get tax-free access at any age out of your IUL when you need money. And then 4, long-term care and living benefits. If you were someone you love bought insurance before 2016, 17, you own the old insurance. Guess what it covers? It covers a death benefit. Great, you're being responsible. But things innovate over time. The new insurance covers also a living benefit. You get sick, cancer, heart attack, stroke, break your leg. You get access to your death benefit while you're living for absolutely free. Why? These companies want your money, so they innovate. Guys, here's a problem though, guys. We do it all the time, guys. You buy new iPhones every 2-3 years. Why? Because of innovation. We buy new cars every 7 to 8 years. because of innovation. How often do we buy financial service products? Once in a lifetime. We have no clue what's out there with the latest and greatest innovation within financial services, y'all. But so as I wrap up tonight, guys, normally in a one-on-one appointment, I would say, hey, Alex, I would say Roxanne, Darius, Tamara, Issa, Lacey, Tay, Lamaya, between the term, the ROP term, UOIUL, which one appeals to you the most? You would say, Chris, I like the ROP term, I like the IUL, great. I'll ask you questions about what's important to you. It sounds great. But today, guys, is more so about the opportunity. I have one question for you guys. Can you see yourself doing this part-time? If the answer is yes, guys, here's the next step in the process. This is a highly regulated industry, man. This is insurance, man. So you're dealing with money. So it's regulated. If you had any felonies, misdemeanors dealing with money, you could have a hard time working with us, right? It's not between us, but between you and the carriers here. If that's not a problem for you, you have a pretty clean record, guys. In the future, you gotta get licensed. Licensing will cost you between $100 to $200 in the future based off the state you reside in. If that's not a problem for you guys, today our platform fee here is $199. It's a one-time fee to get you access to our entire system here at PHP. You'll get access to our corporate office in Addison, Texas. We take care of your payroll for you for your agency, compliance, support for licensing. We have events and trainings taken care of for you also. And then two, you get access to a local office or Zoom support. We offer Zoom training here, guys, twice a week on Zoom. We have training in person here, 3 to 5 days a week here in Maryland, right? You have access to all that there, which is pretty cool. We'll teach you this industry as you transition here part-time. We recommend you keep your full-time job, stay in school. This is 5 to 10 hours a week. And last but not least, guys, we're a tech-enabled back office. Once you get started company, you get an agent login code in your own password you create. I'll show you a preview of my back office here, guys, if you get for a second here. So my back office here, PHP agency. Once you log on, you'll get a PHP agency back office login. You can track your business, see your numbers, see your team, all that good stuff here. It's loading here in a moment. Here we go. All right, here we go, guys. So this is my PHP back office. Once you get started, you get your own login access. You'll see your team members, your points. Oh, they got paid points. They added paid points to this. That's a new update. I like it. I'm sorry, y'all. So points here, submitted points, all this cool stuff. You can see some of our programs here, guys. We're very competitive here. We have something called Fall Madness. We actually compete to serve families here. So under our Fall Madness, obviously we have a first prize range. If you're a big fan of sports, man, we're competitive here. We have a good time here. We compete to serve families, right? So we have a bracket with our top brokers across the country who are competing to serve families in our industry here, which is pretty cool. It makes PHP very unique in that sense. Also, you can track your income here, guys. So this is my income here, 12 months rolling with the company. What's cool about PHP, guys, is that we can track your income rolling here 12 months. You can make pretty good money here, guys. I mentioned it earlier. I'm not edifying not being educated at all. But guys, I'm a college dropout from Compton, California. I'm not from the best community in LA County, Los Angeles, California. I didn't finish school. But somebody introduced me to this industry in my late 20s. And I said, man, I want to learn about money and how money truly works in America. They taught me the money game. I took that knowledge and wisdom and taught my community about how money works. In the process, I make really good income teaching people about money and finances. So if you're someone saying, man, Chris, I'm looking for an opportunity where I can genuinely go out there and serve others, make an impact on my community part-time, and maybe eventually, if I choose to do so, transition away from my job and do it full-time, guys, you found that place here at PHP Agency. So as you wrap up here, guys, everybody here falls in three groups. Group one, you're saying, man, Chris, I got some questions, man. Great presentation. We'll answer your questions tonight, guys. And the person who invited you out, get you on the phone with me, guys. I'll talk to you personally tonight and answer your questions, guys. We'll give you a call, answer the phone call. I will personally answer your questions tonight. That's group one. Group two says, Chris, I want to get started part-time. Looking for an opportunity to get started with a company, learn about money and finances. I think it sounds good for me. If you're in group two, I have some guarantees for you. Here's my first guarantee. You come on board with us part-time. I guarantee you will learn a lot about money. 401ks, IRAs, TSPs, infinite banking concepts, taxation, inflation, learn about how money works in America today. If you walk away in 3 months with a wealth of knowledge of money and finances, is that a good thing or a bad thing for your family? I think it's a good thing, y'all. Is that worth a platform fee on 199? I think it is. That's the first guarantee. Second guarantee is this, Alex. You're working with us, you're probably going to introduce someone you know, love, or care about to National Life Group, Fidelity Guarantee, AIG, John Hancock. They're going to say, Alex, we need this. My money's getting trashed in the market now. My 401k losing value by the minute. I want to protect my wealth, my retirement. We're going to help them out with that product. Now, you walk away, Alex, in 6 months, we're still good friends. That person was just taken care of. Why? Because everybody at some point in time, you pass away, whether it's insurance policy or annuity. We pass away in 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years. We're going to pass on a death benefit of $250,000, $100,000, $500,000 for our brothers, sisters, nieces, nephews, kids, and grandkids. Is that a good thing or a bad thing for our family legacy? I think it's a good thing. The last guarantee is this. If you're saying tonight, saying, man, Chris, I'm looking for a way to increase my wealth and my income, especially with the market crash coming right now. It's here in full effect. You want to be in position, guys, in 12, 18 months to have cash, to buy properties, to invest back into the market when it bounces back up. When you want to increase your income, you have to increase your identity first. How do you do so? By the books you read, the meetings you attend, and people you associate with. If you're working with us, we're going to push you. We're going to challenge you as a person to level up, to grow, to read more books, to increase your identity, guys. Now, if you walk away, guys, with a wealth of knowledge about money and finances a couple of months from now, you help out your friends and family, people you love and care about, and you increase your identity and income wealth. If you're okay with those three things, I don't see any reason not to move forward unless you do tonight. Totally up to you, man. If you want those things, I'll definitely move forward. And in the last group 3 is saying, man, Chris, great presentation. Love what you're doing. But Chris, I'm actually walking in my purpose right now. I love my career. I make phenomenal income. But guess what? I have no clue what that fifth home of money is. What's infinite banking? What's this IUO index? I want to learn more. If that's you guys, tonight we'll give you a call, book a follow-up. We'll do a one-on-one. We'll ask you questions about what's important to you first, and then teach you how infinite banking works, how annuities work, how you can get an uncapped growth in the market without any losses. Yeah, I said it right. Uncapped growth potential without any losses in the market. How's that possible? We'll show you guys. So that being said, guys, have a fantastic evening. I look forward to hearing from you guys. Like I said, answer your phones tonight, guys. We'll answer your questions and wish you a good day, guys. God bless.